up, boys? Thursday night football is today. We got Seattle and San Francisco playing at Seattle, 7:15 p.m. Central Time. And we've got 4 plays for you today. We'll give you some leans as well, but let's hop right into it. So, our first 2 plays are both going to be the running backs. We're going to take Kenneth K9's rushing attempts at 14. They're going to rush the ball a ton. Their OC came out and said it. It's going to be their game plan. And Kenneth is usually very efficient, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just give him the ball majority of the game. Kenneth averages 67 yards per game, so I thought about taking the rushing line here, but it started creeping up a lot. I think it went from 58 and now it's at 63, so it's clearly gone up a lot. So I don't feel the best about taking that anymore, but I still, if I were to take it, I would lean with the higher, so you could do that as well. But I'm going to go as rushing attempts here. And then moving on down to Jordan Mason, we're going to take his rushing attempts as well. Jordan Mason has been a workhorse back for them this season, and it clearly shows that they just want to keep using him over and over and over again. As he's averaging 21 carries a game with 107 yards per game. So Jordan Mason is clearly going to be the main focal point of this offense, and I think they're going to want to try and control the game and take the ball out of Seattle's offense, as if you let Seattle's offense score, they're just going to keep scoring. Kind of like the Giants did last game with Tyrone Tracy putting up 129 yards, although he didn't score a touchdown. They used him a lot with big runs and just controlling the game script. And then we're going to move right into our third play here. Actually, I got to refresh it to get it. Let's see, does it come back? Yes, it does. All right, so our third play here is going to be, you can either go DK receptions, but this is going to play against one of our other lines, so we're going to take his receiving yards here. DK this year averages 15 yards per catch. So if you wanted to look at a little bit of a fun play and take... Oh, they don't have it. Oh, his longest reception. You definitely could go that way, either higher or lower. I tend to take the higher on the longest receptions, just makes more sense. But we're going to take his receiving yards this game. I could see him taking a touchdown, but like I said, I do also like his 5 receptions. That's always tends to be a standard, as he averages just over 5 catches per game with 5.6. So I don't mind his reception line here, but I'd be a little hesitant to take it because of our 4th line. So that's why we're taking his receiving yards. And I mean, it plays against our K9 script, but at the same time, let's see, we're going to pull up injuries, we're going to refresh it. Yeah, so as of Wednesday, so Hufunga's out, Charvarius Ward is questionable with a knee, so he might not play. So we'll see how banged up the San Francisco secondary is. Um, and if DK can break off a big catch for, 50 yards or whatever, he could even take that to the crib for a touchdown. But we're going to take his receiving yards here. And then, like I said, the fourth play, we're going to come to JSN down here, and we're going to take his higher on 5 receptions. So what we're going to do, we're going to go look at this, and we're going to go look at JSN. So JSN's game log here. So yes, you see Miami, New York, Denver, pretty much dud games. He still got 7 targets against the Giants, just caught 4 of them, didn't do too much with them, but he got in the end zone. And it's not what we're taking here. We're not taking end zone. We're taking his receptions against Detroit and against New England. Both of these teams struggle with the slot. And we could even go back and look at New England and Detroit's other games as well. But JSN also averages 5.8 catches per game, as we can see because of these 2 big ones here. And he averages 8.9 yards per catch. So if you wanted to take his receiving yards, you could. But we're going to take his receptions. Let's see if they even have a target. They do have a target line. So I wouldn't mind taking the targets either at 7, because I feel like he could see anywhere from like 9 to probably 13, 14-ish range of targets, just to keep him in the game and the San Francisco secondary on their toes. But I would not take the yards. As you can see, even with these 12 targets, 8 receptions, 51 yards. Now, he did have a big game here with 117 yards on 16 targets and 12 receptions. But I would feel much more comfortable about taking either his receptions at 5 or his targets at 7. As you can see, even in the New York Giants game, he hit his 7 targets, so it would have been a push in a sense. But we're going to take 5 receptions higher. So that's our 4 main plays. Now, we're going to hit a few leans for you. And we're going to come back up to the quarterbacks here. We're going to come to Geno. So, taking his higher on passing yards, I don't love it. Especially because I feel like they're going to run with Kenneth so much, but I don't hate taking the passing yards. If I were to take it, I would take the higher, as Geno averages almost 300 yards per game this season so far, but the San Francisco defense averages only 197 yards allowed. But sticking with Geno, the other one I do like is his passing attempts. Usually I would say I would like this higher, but in this game and in this game script, I would take the lower here. Yes, Geno averages about 40 pass attempts per game, and the San Francisco defense gives up or allows about 28.6 pass attempts per game. But I would take the lower here if I were to take any side, just because of how I feel this game script is going to go. Now, we'll give you guys one more lean. Let's see here. We will give you... No. Actually, yeah. We go Purdy. So... Purdy's passing yards, again, if I were to take a side, I would probably take higher. Now, this is the last lean, because I don't feel the best about it. If you're going to do anything, take the Geno leans before you take Purdy here. Purdy only averages about 275 yards a game, and the Seattle defense and Seattle secondary is elite. This Seattle defense is just phenomenal. We can see there, though, that Reek and Julian Love. So Reek's out. Julian Love is questionable with a hamstring. Could go see how much questionable he is, but I'd assume he's playing. But they'll probably walk him through before the game and see how he's feeling. And then we got two linebackers, Boye and Derek Hall, questionable as well. But the Seattle secondary is one of the best, only allowing 183 pass yards per game. So if you were to take anything here, I think you'd want to take probably the higher. But at the same time, if you wanted to take the lower, I would not put anything against you taking the lower. Seems like a great move, especially if you have the feeling that Jordan Mason is going to be the main focal point of this offense here. But we got our four main plays here. Kenneth rushing attempts, 14. Jordan Mason attempts, 18. DK receiving yards, 66.5, and JSN receptions at 5. So those are the four main plays for Thursday Night Football tonight. Again, we're doing all this on Underdog. They got a few promos going on right now, 31% profit boost. So make your plays, make your picks, apply that boost, and yeah, enjoy Thursday Night Football, boys, and we will see you probably Saturday. Probably try and put the video out Saturday for Sunday bets. All right. Have a great rest of your day, boys. We'll see you then.